Good afternoon, crowd. I know. Just tired. Feels like my sleeping pills are backed up on me. That sounds weird. No, actually, I have to take things to sleep with because I don't sleep well. Never have. So yes, I'm part of Big Pharma. Not really, but hey, let them think so. Hi, Osa. Keep trying to change this. Let me see. Hi, Fez. Okay, is this better? No, I'm crooked. Why am I crooked? Oh, I know why I'm crooked. Okay, now I shouldn't be crooked. Did it work? I hope so. Let's see. Okay, there's my pyramid. My moose and squirrel aren't at the top of it, but they will be soon. So yeah, I gotta go study on those YouTube videos. I wasn't here yesterday because my laundry took over. No. Got this cottony feeling going on, and it was easier to do it that way. So, oh, they know the car. They know the car finally. You guys know the car. So you had a whole day to think about it. Did you miss your mom? Did you call your mom? Did you tell your mom that you missed her? Did you tell your friend's mom you missed her? Do you wish you missed your friend's moms or your mom? Does it bother you that you don't miss your mom? It'd bother me, even though I didn't miss her for 3 years. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? You know, you can use those organization skills in the real world and do things with them. You can get real jobs with them that make real money, not have to work at nighttime. Hell, you can even probably try to find a good online job that you could work at nighttime if you're stuck here during the day, because, you know, it sort of feels like being stuck here when you're having to do things, call up, make money, get on the phone, make money, walk down the street, make money. I saw somebody come out with a Dianetics book earlier. I'm sure it made his day. I'm sure it made all of your day too. Hey, see, it changed the print typeface, but it didn't change anything else. Figures. You know, if you leave Scientology altogether, you won't get caught. You won't have to follow through with the freeloader debt, because they're not enforceable. They're not like credit card debt, which you probably owe a lot of and don't know it. You should go check with the bank and see how much you owe everybody. They'll help you, because they definitely would like to keep you as a customer if you have a bank account. But if you have a real job otherwise, you have a bank account. Hi, Papa Cat. Feels like my elevator backed up, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna have to get on a stair or bike or something today. Walk around the block a few times. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm feeling a little, see? And it doesn't help. It's feeling a little off. But let's see. You guys are aging me, or not you guys. Scientology is aging me, and I'm not amused. How about that? Sitting here walking without my freaking sunglasses, and, you know, trying to understand all this caca. I'm just mad at Scientology right now because they're driving me bonkers. Ah, I see what I did there. Aha. Did I fix it? I think I fixed it now. So, and buses can't idle here anymore, which has got to drive them crazy. So, even though I think one's idling now. So they were good for something. Uh-oh. I think I hear it. Do I hear it? Can it? I'm not monetized yet, so I don't care. How much do you owe credit card companies? What is your FICO score? Do you know your FICO score? Do you know if you belong to any kind of credit card? And if you do you know what the limit is on the credit card that they've put up so far that you don't know how much money you owe them? And if this is a religious service, what are you doing? Playing bad pop for them to pray to? Because that's not going to qualify as a religious service in progress. So I guess we can sit here and yell at each other with our speakers, my voice and your speaker, and not get through with anything, because if you call the police on me and they hear this instead, they're not going to do anything to you guys or to me, because you've got something going so loud that it doesn't matter how loud I talk. And since I'm not blocking the way over here when I'm doing this, it's got to drive you bonkers, because the music doesn't do anything to me because I'm talking through this, so it's not picking up on my mic. Didn't you ever know that? As long as we keep talking, it's not going to pick up on our mics because we're saying things that are more relevant than those stupid songs. Freaks. I'm starting to get my mojo back. Hi, sitting. Let's see, who else? Martha Simons. Okay, that's nice. Is he live now? If he is, that's sort of, not nice to me. So, anyway, I'm not in the best headspace, so as long as they're not live, please don't recommend them. No, take that back. As long as they're not live, please recommend them. Otherwise, if they're live, it's bad enough I compete with everybody on the planet as it is. And there aren't very many of me around. Which more are welcome at any time, even if you just want to come here and watch us perform. Or weirdly enough, just come here and hang out. I guess it wouldn't be technically loitering if you're reading a book. So, let's see. Let's see what Mr. Uber's doing. Oh, someone just left. Bummer. Oh, don't pay attention. Don't pay attention. Nothing to see here. Scientology's a cult. So, isn't that nice to know? And yes, I have a wrist strap on my phone, so if you knock it out of my hands, my gimbal will fall and I'll have to replace it. But my phone won't. Isn't that a shame? To get my air back up. I don't know why it's not on. My brain's been bothering me lately, as you can tell. So, why should volunteers have to pay for their coursework when they provide services? Don't you think it should be a straight trade? It should be, because if you're providing services to a company and they're not giving anything to you gratis, there should be something up with that. You should be able to trade one for one instead of them charging you on top of trading. And not only are they charging you, then they're charging you to call people. So you're not getting anything. You're barely getting the chair you sit in time for free. So, because nothing else comes free there. Do you get coffee at least? That would be nice to know. Hi, Jurgen. Oh, we're all saying hi to Fluffer. Hi, Fluff. My good luck charms here. Maybe I can rev up now. So, What have you learned today that has nothing to do with coursework? Do you get to learn anything that doesn't have to do coursework? Do you know what's going on in the real world? Do you know what may be going on a block away from you? What time of year this is? What type of season it is? Do you get to go out into the real world and find out these things? Or are you supposed to be very focused? You go from here to maybe a Scientology-owned business, and then you get in your Scientology-owned car and go home to your Scientology-owned rental. Is that the way it goes every day? If it does, is that what you really want from your life? So you don't get any real enlightenment, but you get to go everywhere and do everything attached to a Scientology name? It's not a name people like anymore because it's not a legitimate, you know what? It's more of a club. It's more of an insular club, and it's a club based on eugenics because LRH was really into it. So it's a very light colored club on top of that. You're very good at getting your tokens in, and you don't do anything except make money for the little one. David Miscavige must have a ton of money. Well, he does know where it is, even though he's told everybody he does not run Scientology. Now, isn't that a little strange that the man you listen to at least twice a year talk about how wonderful your club is says he does not run Scientology? I bet he knows where every dollar of this club is. So I would be worried that one day he may take it and run. That is just my opinion. Do you ever ask questions? Do you ever get answered? That's the second time that Subaru's gone around. Unless they're breeding them. I think they're breeding them. Where are all these red Subarus coming from? Oh, crap. I've just seen 4 red Subarus in the past 30 seconds. That's weird. David Miscavige does not own your brain. He does not own your will to work, survive, become one with the universe. He is not the conduit of LRH. LRH is gone. He is not coming back. He is liking it on his second plane, or he's gone for good. He did not leave his body. His body left him. He had a stroke and he died. So there's nowhere to come back to. And if he did come back, he'd have to come back as a kid. And it would take 20 more years for him to be able to say, hi, I'm LRH. So, because he doesn't come back in an adult body. I know that for sure. So is that the way you want it? Waiting around for a man who only liked white people? Third time that Subaru's been around. Let's take a look at it. Nope, wrong. No, I'm right. It is a Subaru. And he's staring at me and he's smiling. How interesting. It's a cult! You can't scare me. It's so not worth trying to scare me. I'm too old to be scared. I've been around the block way too many times to care. Let's go see what this guy's up to, since he's smiling at me. And he's in a loading zone. Let's see if we can get each other's name and number. I am so not in the mood to deal with these bozos today. Maybe that's why I like being here right now. Jurgen's in Florida. Hi. Shouldn't you be in like, or a Norwegian country? You know, considering half my family is Swedish, I should know this stuff. So, I'll just go yell at the back door and see what he says. Ah, it's his driver. Okay. Doing the DoorDash because I'm out here. That's making me a little happy today. Let's see. By the way, all of us protesters are independently owned and operated. We don't even have each other's phone numbers. So, You can't accuse us of being a gang if we don't exist as a gang. How much do you owe credit companies? How many things have you done today that doesn't have to do with Scientology? Are you being acknowledged in anything other than the world than barely being acknowledged in Scientology? Are you reading any good books besides coursework? Are you doing anything that might really enlighten you instead of staying around here and spending all your money on books that don't make sense? Because they're going to change them in a year or two because the semicolon's going to be wrong, or they're going to find papers of his that somebody has found and rewritten. I don't know. David Miscavige seems to like to do that a lot. Are you going to do it again, or are you just going to wait for Zeno to come here? Freaks. I'm waking myself up, aren't I? Yeah, see? I told you. Ooh, I'm sorry you live in Atlanta. That's mean. No, it's just hot there. You go to vacation to Florida from Atlanta. I probably would be a vacation because then you'd be on the beach. See, I don't understand humidity. I don't understand the like of humidity. It's just not my thing. But hey, your parents named you Jurgen, so everybody pronounces your name wrong. Like I said, half my family is Swedish. I grew up in the ABBA times. I took German. I know an umlaut when I see it. Even though nobody was from Sweden, my great-grandfather was already gone before I got into the world. So he was the only one from Sweden. So, but we did love the Swedish chef. Oh, my dad got everything that was a Swedish chef. Bork, bork, bork. I'm surprised I didn't put that as a tattoo. I am thinking about tattooing SPTV Foundation numbers, so, because my brain is totally not into the numbers. Got the brain fog, lost my I can remember a phone number a mile away. So, annoying. But 727-266-5797. thesptvfoundation.org, thesptvfoundation.com, sptvfoundation.org, sptvfoundation.com. These are the numbers and the addresses of things you can get a hold of to help you leave, because you should want to leave. They're not giving you any true enlightenment. All they're doing is teaching you how to be an accountant, and that is not something that's going to enlighten you in your world. You need to have some kind of enlightenment that'll teach you how to, not even teach, you can teach yourself to be somebody and do something with your life. Instead of sitting here trying to tell everybody about a man who doesn't make sense, who wants women to be in the home, who wants men to take over and do everything, and then tell you that you have Velcro balls stuck to your body because they're thetans, and that they're inside your body, and they all happen because Xenu dropped everybody into a volcano. And then after that, he flew by with hydrogen bombs, dropped them down in the volcanoes, and then everything exploded. And when everything exploded, they all came and went everywhere. So if you want to blame anybody for the way the world is, blame Xenu. Xenu. He is a person that you're going to learn about, and you're just going to shake your head when you find out he was an alien overlord. That is what you get when you follow a man who wrote a lot of science fiction. So he did prove it, though. Anybody can start a religion, and you can make money off of it. Unfortunately, he just didn't know what to do with it in the right amount of time, and he just rotted away. But he did have a lot of beautiful women surrounding him while he was on his yacht. Now, wouldn't you want to do that? That's like the lifestyles of the rich and religious. There are a lot of them out here to do it just besides LRH. So, and usually they get caught. So whatever Mr. Miscavige is doing would be interesting to find out, because nobody really knows what he's doing when he's not having big conventions. So it's just a matter of time before the IRS finally give up, because, you know, they've cycled a generation since you guys infiltrated them. So the people that you infiltrated are not there anymore. So, and the FBI just doesn't say anything until they decide to pounce. So, the FBI may be involved here and you just don't know it. Hell, I could be an FBI operative. If Tori can be, I can be too. So if I was you, I'd be a little afraid. I'm not, neither is she, but still, it just sounds ridiculous enough as your club does. So, freaks. Yes, buy me a cup of coffee. Hey, Xeno Freeze here. Oh my god. Shush, I'm not gonna giggle. Yep, I took German in high school to take off my mom. And we were mean enough that one of my friends took German just to make an A because his family was German. And then we got an Austrian sub-teacher, and boy, were we evil to her. Think the 80s, and we knew who was Austrian. Anytime you mention his name, that should be the end of a conversation. That's an old computer thing that if you ever got in a debate with somebody and they brought him up, that was it. It was over. Next. Because everybody's had a habit lately of mentioning him. And it's like, no, every time you mention him, you have to stop. That's the way it is. That's in nerd world. In nerd world, you mention him and you have to stop. Everybody needs to join nerd world. You're all using the computers like you all know something. Half of you are better editors than I'll ever be. I swear to God, I feel like I'm in the jungle right now. Are the parrots up there? We have parrots in Telegraph Hill. And our parrots run around and say something. Are they up there? Do you see parrots, guys? No, I don't see anybody. So, I'm just being tortured by animals today, I guess. I have to go to College of Alameda and take huge video of my squirrels. Maybe there are moose in the pyramid that are saying things like, hey Fuzzy, we can see you. We have got to go to Canada. There's a really cool train that goes to Canada in the wintertime. You're supposed to take it, and we should do that so we can take pictures of moose. I know, I don't see any critters either, but I can hear them. It's so weird. I'm glad you're here, Zeno. I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, I'm waking up slowly but surely. That guy in his little Fiat's been sitting there staring at me now for a while. I am actually, it's getting funny to be paranoid. Oh, look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Ooh, look at the puppy. Oh my God, I want a golden retriever. I had a lab as a kid. They are the funniest things on the planet. He practically boinged. He was great. He could climb a 6-foot fence without even thinking about it. So, yes, so I've heard Bijou Phillips is out. John Travolta's thinking of going out. I was telling my pedicurist, because I got the claws done today. She loves to hear about, what I'm doing, and she loves to learn things. So I sit there and I just practically have a lecture with her. And I was telling her what was going on and the child trafficking, and actually she helps me also with trying to say it correctly. And I know if I'm not saying anything interesting, she'll, sort of break in and ask me something else. And it's like, so I get to do that with her, which is great because I love to learn. She loves to learn. And so I sit there and teach her things, and she'll occasionally pop up with something else. And it's like, wow. And, so I love it. And I was telling her about the child trafficking. I was telling her about the adult trafficking. Just teaching people stuff. So let's see what we're not going to do now. Oh my God, that song is awful. Don't you want a new credit card? I bet you can't get one because your credit is in the hole. You can get out of it when you come out of there, because the collection agency and the credit card companies will do anything they can to get real money instead of having to waste time and administrative hours trying to get money, because that's what they have to do. So you should find out what your credit score is and how much you owe and how much money you supposedly still owe Scientology, and make sure you don't pay for more than one course at a time, because you can't get your money out when you leave. You should just tell them to put it against your freeloader debt. So, and it's not the same amount the person next to you is paying, because Scientology is based on what you can afford. So that's what you want to do. You want to find out how much can you afford and how much money you owe the credit agencies. Freaks. Maybe she'll get a class action together and sue these guys, because class actions actually work a lot better when there's a whole bunch of you against people like this. And there are probably places like the ACLU that'll help you with this, because it is taking your civil liberties away by, you know, taking your money and your credit away. And your credit is what really works right now. You can't pretty much live any kind of technological way without credit. So, because that's what they base on how well of a person you are. It's weird, but it's true. So my credit score is higher than my husband's, but when he met me, mine was lower than dirt. So he helped me get it better. Now it's better than his, and it drives him crazy. So what?
Mess with them.
Yeah, I am messing with them. Someone just said, mess with them, mess with them. That was really cute. Be quiet. I can't hear half the time, so it's like, what? And they're just gonna say something bad. So I wonder if he goes in the door. That'd be really neat if he goes in the door. No. Bummer. Too bad it's a cult. That's what I should just start saying to people as they walk by. Too bad it's a cult. Then again, I shouldn't accuse this guy of like watching me in his Fiat, because I spent 5 minutes in my car trying to figure out my talkie thingy that goes on my chat. Oh my god. Let's see. Where have I been? Yep, that's the way Florida is, isn't it? How bad could a freeloader debt be? That sounded like it was German to me. I know, but that's not even the reason why they're staying. I'm just using it as a way to like get under their skin. Ah, okay. You're in Florida. Stop it. Yeah, mine's Hi Scooter Mom Scientology audit. Mine is actually diagnosed brain fog. So we don't know why. I'm trying ways to get rid of it. Coming out here is like, wow, it is. You know what? I wonder if it has to do with that sort of dragging thing I had going on. Because I was really tired. But yeah, I'm trying to get like toxins out of my world and fake fragrances out of my world. Ways to start. It's why I started this channel, was for the brain fog, to try to come out, to work my way to come out of it. And then I found Scientology to like mess with. And Lord knows I cannot pass up an opportunity to like mess with something. Ask my friends. Yeah, somebody said there's some celiac disease. I don't have anything. I have been pre-diabetic for 25 years. I'm pre-grumpy woman. But ooh. It's a cult. You want out. You don't want to be there. You'll miss your family and friends. I heard somebody giggle inside. You won't know what to do. They will make you disconnect no matter what they say. They say you can be religious otherwise, even though they're supposed to be a religion. And then they're wrong again because they make you stop participating in religious services anywhere else, and they don't have religious services here. They will make you buy lots and lots of books and lots of coursework. And supposedly for the average person, it costs $250,000 to get to level 8. So when you're clear, when you've reached that step, then you're not clear. Then you get to find out that clear is just a word, because you'll get the thetans after that. And then you spend all your time after clear to go up to 3 is when you get to find out about Xenu, but everything will be done and fixed by the time you get to 8. And when you get to 8, the first cold you have will be very, very downheartening. The people who have left, who've hit 8, have found it so depressing that, you know what? Nothing's different. Your body still hates you. The world is still weird, and it won't change. You've spent all this time not putting as much work as you possibly could into yourself, but putting it into making money and making other people feel bad that you haven't improved from this. And you haven't had any real knowledge, and you can't ask them anything because you're supposed to be an OT8 by then, but it'll take you about 20 years. And any reason they can to knock you down, if you can afford it, they'll do it. You'll have to be pretty well off to be an OT8. Because they want something from you. If it isn't money, they want your time. If it isn't time, they want your administrative skills. If it's not that, and you're a good salesman or PR person, then they'll throw you on the street and in the media to talk to people, to tell them everything that's not the truth. So is that what you really want to do for the next 20 years of your life? And when you're old enough, then they throw you into a light janitorial service. Because they have no use for the elderly, but they don't have or don't want to have the money and time to help them retire. You know, they could turn that blue building into a frickin' resort for the elderly and still have a ton of money to sue everybody with. Freaks. Sorry. Yes, now I have to go back and read, even though I'm always missing. And Papa Cat will tell me like right before bed or 10 o'clock or something. Yeah. Did I say celiac? I did, didn't I? Or I call it cedar. Thank you. I try to, but I get so grumpy. I have not been watching feeds at night right now because I keep seeing older people in the background and just ticks me off. Because these people should be wandering around in the grass. You know, they should be retired. They should be enjoying themselves. They should be the old people that people go visit in the blue building, in the blue buildings in good shape, so they can find out, you know, wisdom from them. The 16th. Ugh. Yeah, no, they haven't figured out what's wrong with me. But then again, I'm allergic to opiates and steroids. So there's something in there that's making me, you know, forget what the hell's going on. Papa Cat almost had me last week when he showed up with a bag of Funyun chips and he said, "You wanted these?" I said, "No, I didn't. I thought I picked them up." We just now know that we don't pay attention to each other. That better not be for me. This is the one thing not watching at night. I can't hear the sirens all the time anymore. Okay. Making sure. With a cop following. Well, you're married, so what? We don't listen to anybody and each other anymore? No man in my family listens to me anymore. My mother barely listened to me. I think it's just you don't shut up, so how can we listen to you? Stop it. Yeah, okay, yes, you are helping me keep my mood better. So, in a weird way, you're helping. You damn terrier. Let's see. I've actually got my other phone out and I'm looking through stuff. 727-266-5797. That's what I want to do, is go on Amazon and get a temporary tattoo. Believe it or not, I used to wear rhinestones as temporary tattoos. Which was fun at club. And they would stay on for a few days. So my lawyer vice president, he used to just come in, see it, and go, okay. And be glad probably for fluorescent lights. Yes, I can see the terrier. I think he's adorable. She. And I'm standing in the middle of allergy hell. But I do take my allergy pills every day. But I skipped all of my drugs one day. So knowing my body, this could be it. Do you miss going to funerals of people that are important to you? I know that sounds weird, but that's how you meet people that you haven't seen in a long time, is you go to some place where somebody has passed away, and then you get to see all the people you haven't seen in ages. So, do you miss weddings? I mean, I know they're all annoying because they are weddings, but you get to see your family that you haven't seen in ages if it's a family wedding. If it's a friend's wedding, you get to see their really cute brother who got older and are like, wow, he was really cute once. Do you miss doing simple things like that? And if you're public, do you have to ask before you go to do simple things like that? And if you do have to ask, do you ask or do you just go? See, that's not necessarily sticking with your, I almost said cold, with your organization as it is. Shouldn't you be following the rules? And if you're not following the rules, it means you just aren't into it. So maybe you should just, walk out of the door and call 727-266-5797. SPTVFoundation.com will help you. And yes, we named it that. It was named that way because you guys consider us all suppressive people, even though what we're trying to do is enlighten you so you can carry on with your own life and be happy. Or at least be content, because contentment is a big part of life. So, and the problem is that we're suppressive because we're compassionate and empathetic and want to help our fellow man. We don't feel like we're better than our fellow man. We are our fellow man. So we want to help them get to where they want to be in life, not put them on this huge scale and give them this weird language to talk about so people don't understand you, and not talk to anybody who isn't part of your organization. I keep wanting to say religion and cult. Religion and cult. In France, you've been considered a cult. How do you feel about being declared a cult in France? Seriously, nobody's ever answered that. And it would be interesting to see just what the local people think about it, because since you're here, your point of view matters to the people in the city that you're in. Because, we all want to get along here, especially in San Francisco. We have this, we all want to get along and everybody should be for peace thing. Here, Berkeley, Oakland, when it's in a good mood. We all want everybody to be able to understand each other, not have a prejudice, not have a bigotry, not have a classism, because it doesn't work in the end. I saw something yesterday that said, don't sell your soul. You may need it one day. Think of it that way. Don't be horrible to the person next to you, or be horrible to the person on the other end of that phone. They may be needed by you one of these days. And weirdly enough, they'll still help you, because that's what humans with compassion and empathy do. They don't just sit there and make fun of you while you suffer. And don't have the piety to think we don't deserve, or you don't deserve to be taken care of because you have treated us and the people around you in a different way. It doesn't work that way. We still help people because they're important. Because everybody needs to be helped who needs help around here. because we don't want to see more houseless people on the street. There are enough of them, thank you. And this place can eventually make you wind up that way, because they'll convince you that there's nothing that you can do when you leave, and you would not be a helpful person to society, which is wrong. Everybody can help society in one way or another. All you have to do is walk out of those doors. It's not hard. The church is not going to fall apart. Yeah, I said that. I'm sorry. Your club will not fall apart if you leave. Statistically speaking, it can't. You will not die of pneumonia when you step out, because unless your pneumonia is very advanced, you will be cured of it. Nobody dies of pneumonia anymore. Not when it's caught at the very beginning. You can actually get those migraines, aches, pains, dizzies, ear hurting, teeth hurting, just the ow that feels awful in the morning, taken care of by somebody, because medicine and the medical industry is not a horrible place to be when you find the right doctor. And weirdly enough, I bet between all of us, we have good doctors, because half of us didn't go until we were later. And then half of us have had the same doctor since the dawn of time. So we can help you with things like that. It's really easy. Freaks. People are getting weird around here. Not bad weird, just weird. My mother had pneumonia 14 times. And the first one was the worst, and that's when she was a baby. After that, I thought pneumonia was like a common cold until I was older and realized it could kill you. That woman is so good at having it taken care of. It was amazing. So let's see. Let's go. I'm not overheating today, so that's a good thing. Dog is still across the street. So let's see. Nope, that guy didn't walk in there. So we'll walk down the street and talk about North Beach now. See, I still think of North Beach as it was when I was a kid. It was a lot of cafes, a couple of theaters, and lots of strippers, and Carol Dota. Big boobs, piano, long story. So that's what happened there, and then it cleaned up, and now it's completely, I think it's now mostly Chinese food and one gentleman's club out of there. We used to have a drag restaurant called Pinocchio's. It was the best thing on the planet. And it lasted forever. It was from the 50s. So it isn't like drag lunch is something new to be thought up of. Ugh, I miss that place. It was fancy too. So it's like, I miss things like that. I miss the Castro. Castro used to be so much fun. But people get old and move on. You live in San Francisco when you have the money and the fun. Then you get old and move on, or you make enough money that you can buy a house here. Let's see. Oh, I haven't mentioned the EFF today, which I always want to mention, because besides the fact that my friends work for it, it's like they really do good things for the world. So, did you know that LRH was convicted of fraud in France, and that's why he left his yacht to go hide somewhere around here to die? Well, in a desert in California. Because he was way too old and didn't have very good working body parts anymore. And so his body gave up on him. He did not give up on his body, no matter how many people tell you. So 727-266-5797. Can you use your dictionary? Do you have a dictionary? Or do you have to ask to use a dictionary? A New American Dictionary, not a Scientology dictionary. One that you would get from the bookstore. Do you get to do that, or do you have to ask? If you need help with any kind of privacy, get a hold of EFF.org, the Electronic Frontier Foundation. They will help you figure out how to privatize your life. They will teach you how not to have air tags, be followed electronically. They will help you with these things. There's lots of resources on there that you can use to how to computer privatize your life. Freaks. I'm using my phone today. That's why. It's like I don't have to sit here. I mean, I know that my dialogues are somewhat interesting, but since I'm running on a sort of lower level. Hey, where's... Okay, I must be off. I'm always off with this stupid room. Oh, one more? That I'm using my phone. Oh wow, they've closed them all. And it's gotta be for the heat. I thought they didn't close LRH's room. Yeah, these puppies are closed. That's weird. So, anyway, yeah, I'm using my phone today. One of the lines I wrote, I don't even think I've used it yet. I don't hate. I use the word superficially because it was in my Valley Girl vernacular. It's just another word for it. Annoys me. Nothing big. So, yeah, the people who say hate, I don't understand. He's not crazy. He's acting like it. I don't know why. And yes, unfortunately, I use the word crazy because developmentally disabled takes a long time when you have a brother who has schizophrenia. So, it's my word. I can use it. I hate to say. So, MDM Media 18? Wow! Hi. Cool. I'm having a day. What's the difference between weird and weird? Well, weird is if you're wearing heels with basketball shorts. Weird is if you're wearing heels that coordinate with the basketball shorts. That's the easiest way for me to put it. Yes, I know. I'm not a workhorse. I only do an hour a day. But you know what? Weirdly enough, if I had somebody here to maybe even sit here or talk to, or I'm trying to get a couple people to come out with me, but I just haven't hit the nail on the head for anybody I know. Hi, Spicy Mama. It's your son's puppy. I loved your son's puppy. Why do I remember things like that? Call your friends. Call your parents. Tell them you love them and you miss them. Tell them you want to be on a picnic with them. Go to the beach. Go play in the bonfire. No. Go play near a bonfire. I'm getting better, but... Oh, thank you, Spicy Mama. It reminds me of the other day when I told the skateboard guy who said, they sacrifice children, and I say, nobody sacrifices children anymore. Sitting on defense. David is only OT3. Who David is only OT3? Oh, anyway. Let's see. It's like he left his body. Oh yeah, Aaron Cairo seems to be getting called out for not running Scientology. You know, then I guess David Miscavige doesn't run Scientology either. So maybe you guys should own it. Not very good look if you don't own the parts of Scientology that you run. I mean, heck, you can only say you run San Francisco daytime. That somebody else runs San Francisco nighttime. then you wouldn't have to take full responsibility for running it. But you do. You're the main guy. You're, the regional manager. Your face is the one that's out there, and they're banking on your skater friends that I don't see show up here. Oh my God, Windy City's here. Yay! Hi, Windy City. Let's see, have I got everybody? Debbie P. Hi, Debbie P. Oh, I'm being rated. Woo! Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you could have seen your mom on Mother's Day, or at least called her or texted her? Do you wish you could have called up your brothers and sisters and say, whose turn is it to take her out? Don't you wish you were there and doing it? Do you wish about a lot of things you can't do but thought you could do because they told you to? That's not exactly fair, is it? And all you're doing is sitting there making money for them. They don't do anything really helpful with that money. They don't give you free courses. They make you pay what you can afford, so the person standing next to you may be paying less because they can afford less than you can. They take your credit cards, or they get you credit cards because they have all your information, and then with those credit cards, they wait a little while, and then they up the limit. So by the time you're ready to leave because you're done with this place, you owe the credit companies a lot of money. You know what? The credit card companies will help you get out of that debt. And also, if you wind up in a debt like that and tell them why, there's already one credit card company that'll have nothing to do with Scientology because they keep losing money, so they cut them off. So the more credit card companies you guys tell that you've been bamboozled on, it'll get more of a chance for them to cut off that credit card, or for that credit card to cut off them. So you want to help as you leave, don't you? Because you'd rather be doing something more constructive and happy and something that's fulfilling instead of sitting in there telling you how many things wrong you've done today. And think about all the things that happened today that's going to be your fault because that's the way they train you. That's not healthy. That is not enlightenment. That is not going to get you where you want to be. And there is no way on this planet, no matter what he said, that you can reach a point where nothing bad happens to you. Stubbing your toe is a thing that happens that is bad for you. It's not your fault necessarily. Maybe you could have turned on the light or didn't take that corner as fast, but you did not do anything to deserve it. You did not make light of your situation, or you didn't do your coursework. And, that's why your hair dye color didn't come out right. That's crap. It's just called living. That's the way the world works. It does not have a perfect way to go around. And I'm sure the whales find that out, but they don't care because they're big shots in some kind of organization that makes them shine. And they haven't been able to shine anywhere else. At least they're shining here. So basically, you're working for a very short man and a bunch of rich people, so you guys all look like you're good people. Unfortunately, since you don't talk to anybody, we don't know anything except for the fact that you drag children in at the age of 12 and start teaching them to be auditors. Think about that. A child is not an adult in a child's body. Their brain would not be able to handle that. They don't have an adult brain. It just gets bigger as the brain fits into the brain cavity. That's ridiculous. There is no room for an adult to be in a child's brain. So if you just logically think it that way, and the fact that children don't process like adults, you'll realize that they are not. You wouldn't want your children to be in this organization. And if they are, you want to get them out because you don't want them to learn that having a question is bad, that your parents don't want to pay attention to you because you're basically just been a piece of meat that's born, and they're going to wait until never because by then you'll be an adult and your children will hate you. So your little brothers and sisters will wonder why you did not take care of them because they've been going through God knows what, learning how to audit people, even though they say they only audit children, which isn't good either, because teaching other children how to be horrible to each other is not the way that a child's brain is going to develop in a very good way. So, and when they get older, they're going to resent you for letting them go through all this, and you were right there. So you have to think of it in a way that you have to get out to save your family, yourself, see your friends again, see the friends that really loved you, because those are the people you got rid of first. They were smart enough to declare all of the people that were very important in your world, because they didn't want to have any kind of influence that would make you think that you were doing something that just didn't line up with your own ideals. If you stay there long enough, you're not going to be enlightened. You're not going to learn anything new. Only thing you're ever going to learn is what's in a course book. Sorry, had to break. I thought it might have been a Scientologist. Hey! Let me see. Okay. He's only an official OT3? Oh my God. See, he's even lazy. Oh my God, that is just disgusting. Did you know that the little one, Mr. David Miscavige, is only officially an OT3? That there are lots and lots of people who are a higher OT than he is, and that actually should qualify more to being the Lord God King Bufu of your organization? So you're working for you're helping a short man who doesn't have the motivation or the drive to achieve the top of the ladder of your organization. So that means you're not working for the prince, you're working for the court jester. OT3? That's crazy. That isn't something that'd give me a boost to support this organization. You guys should get together and get rid of him and start putting some good things into your organization. I know you call it a religion, but you don't have any priests, and all you do is study religion. You don't even study religious manuals, so you don't even count as Buddhists either. So, well, there's Buddha. So if it's a religion, what do you worship? What do you iconoclase? Iconoclase, yeah. What is your goal with your spiritual motivation? And why is your head guy only an OT3? Every time I hear brainwashing, I just think of the washing cycle. You can at least, I'm sure there are, David's on course. I love it. Is that why? I'm stealing it. Is that why we don't see the little one roaming around? Because he's always on course trying to get to OT8? Doesn't that make you wonder? Just a little? I mean, especially if you're over in OT3. What if you're in OT4, 5, and 6? How do you feel about the little guy running your organization and taking responsibility? Well, no, he doesn't take responsibility. But running it and running with it. With all the money, supposedly he has millions and millions of dollars. More than you guys will ever have, because, you know, you'll have to work a regular job if you're public. And if you're C, you only get $47.53, depending on who you ask. I don't know. I don't think a school child could live on $53 a week. Keep Scientologists faint. Hi, cul-de-sac. Cult-de-sac. Patrick Skinner, hello. I'm flabbergasted. OT3. Holy crap. Hell, I probably know more than he does. No, that's a lie. I do have my brand new the first Scientology book that Liz Gale was she showed this like soft cover with a whole bunch of things in it. Was it Getting to Know Scientology or something? I still haven't picked it up. I got it on eBay. But now I just sort of want to learn it just so I can go, do you know I know more than your little short guy? I'd be depressed. I would, ew. That'd be like having an altar boy be the person who ran the cathedral. That's just weird. Now that I've been enlightened. Scientology's a cult! I'm going to start yelling, David only knows. DM's only a level 3.
It's hard. You gotta be like so on top of it.
Oh my god, that is just amazing. He's an OT3. Oh my god, did you see that guy's outfit? He was trying to be cool. I thought I was cool. Did you know that David Miscavige is only an OT3? Isn't that rather embarrassing that the man who runs your whole organization isn't even at the top level of the organization and that he's only an OT3? Do you mean OT 4, 5s, and 6, 7, 8s there must be who wonder what this guy is doing there? That is just embarrassing. You know, maybe you guys should get somebody else because either that or he's got a lot of good gossip on all of you who are in the Sea Org, because otherwise you should have made a revolution a long time ago and replaced his short little ass. Freaks. Oh, I'm enjoying this too much. Hi, WP. Oh, someone's getting their giggle fix. That is just, I can't believe it. Look, I'm laughing. Oh my god. I gotta get my teeth whitened. Oh my god, coffee. Oh, that is just hilarious. Oh god, did they play the Dodgers today? Who won? Who won? Neither team won? Okay. It's one of the classic, versus is Dodgers versus Giants. Sort of like how the Yankees and the A's used to be. I'm just seeing if they're going in, considering everybody absolutely ignored me. Okay, they're just being obnoxious. It's like you figure enough into baseball, somebody asks that and you'd be like, bah! And then the other half would smack the other half upside the head, since there were both jerseys there. So, can't help it. So are you giving Davey some religious services? Because he's only an OT3. Breaking news! David Miscavige is only an OT3. Oh my god, how embarrassing! Hello. Amazon guy, I'm not gonna bother him. Hi, E. See? Even Papa Cat's giggling. Because that's just darn funny. How can the head bozo be only an OT3? Let's see, what can we see inside? Nothing's inside. Oh, they're returning things. He's got a big old covered bag. They're gonna make him go in because I'm sitting here talking that David Miscavige is an OT3. Oh my god, that's so funny. I hope that's so true. No wonder Tori makes fun of everybody. LRH, if there's an afterlife, is rolling around, or if not afterlife, but he is twirling in his grave and has been since he died. Oh my god, they let this little nitwit be freaking head of Scientology, and he's an OT3. You should miss your friends and family. You should get the heck out now while you can, because your head guy is 5 degrees lower than the highest one in your sect. He hasn't even made it to a respectable OT level yet. I guess, well, no, I take that back. OT alone is supposed to be respectable, but in the way, he hasn't even made it halfway up the ladder. So how in the heck can he be of any true use except to sit there and fan the fans of his to convince them that he is the best one for the job? There are probably a lot more people better for the job, and if I was them, I'd go looking for all those files that he has against you guys, because that's the only way he's staying there, is that he's blackmailing people left and right, because he's only an OT3. That's funny. They made him walk through and go out the other door. I can't believe you guys are that afraid of me that you made the delivery guy go in the back door. You guys need to come out and talk to people, because you're standing in righteousness has been pretty much defeated if I'm the one sitting out here giggling. Ooh, look at the pretty dog. Look at the pretty dog. Oh my God, look at the pretty dog. He's awesome. That he's only an OT3 and you guys are listening to what he says? I guess maybe he doesn't run Scientology now. Wonder if his ex-wife or wife is higher than him. You know, she could be the one running Scientology, and the short one's the one who's getting all the crap for it. I know, seriously, OT4. I know, it's not even halfway there. That's the thing. It's like, OT3, seriously? Maybe Shelley is running it. So maybe he's not wrong. Maybe she's running it from one of the bases, Twin Peaks or something. No, I can't remember. She's in, I'm trying to think because it's census. I think she's somewhere pretty. So you want to go see your families. You want to go hang out with your friends. You want to go out and further your education, which you can if you look at Laney College. They're giving away education for free up to associates. That's what community colleges do around here. I'm sure a lot of you live in Oakland because you couldn't afford to live anywhere else but the East Bay to work here, to volunteer here, to be part of it here, because I'm sure they're taking every cent they possibly can out of you. So you should look at Laney College if you're a resident and see what kind of an education you get. They're a really good community college and they'll help you get an education. You can look anywhere to get your GED. You can probably get them online nowadays. I think you just need to be on a Zoom while you take it to make sure that you're not cheating. And then you can go along with the education. And during that time, you can go get placed from a job placement program company to a job that suits what you do, which is probably a lot of organization and filing and administrative work. People need those, no matter what they say. The one thing that'll never be taken over by computers and technology is administrative, because they have to start somewhere. So you can start there and work your way up. I started as a data entry person and ended up being an executive assistant for a vice president, too. So it's possible, and I don't have a GED. So that people telling you that you can't do this and you can't do that is wrong. This is America, and you can get away with talent. That's what people primarily want, is talent, unless you want a specialty career like a doctor or a lawyer or a certified accountant. So you can do these things if you get out of here. And you can also call 727-266-5797. That is the SPTVfoundation.com, the SPTVfoundation.org, sptvfoundation.com, sptvfoundation.org. I would personally get out if I found out that my Lord God King Bufu hasn't even made it more than halfway up our ladders. That he is only an OT3 out of OT8, and that means his motivation is crap. And he probably really doesn't know what's going on because he doesn't care. That is my opinion. Because if he's only at an OT3, he couldn't even have faked OT8. So he could have taken all of that coursework, just read it, answered questions, and been an OT8 by now, because he's been an OT3 and the leader for 20 years? Something like that. So he should have reached the top just out of respect for his own people, but he doesn't care, does he? So I wouldn't necessarily belong to an organization where my leader has not tried their hardest at something other than giving speeches and telling everybody that they're taking over the world. That should be the number one thing that would tell you that you're not taking over the world if your own leader doesn't think it's important enough to go all the way to the top. So maybe he doesn't believe what he's selling, in my opinion. It can't be healthy for you guys to know that he's only an OT3. How do you even really want to be an OT1? Because then you'd be closer to him, unless you're using it as an excuse to keep you from going above OT1 because you shouldn't be smarter or more enlightened than your leader. So, okay, people, I'm sorry. I will be back tomorrow to haunt you some more. And no, I'm not a ghost. I don't believe in them. So I just think someone running around saying your leader is an OT3 just wouldn't make my day either. So you guys all have a good night. Ponder the fact that your leader is unmotivated. And that you don't get to talk to people who you'd like to talk to. And you probably haven't seen your best friend in ages. And if they've told you your parents are dead, you better make sure. Go to the library. It's about 4 blocks away from here. You can do this without getting followed or not followed. You get this without them telling that you were on a computer, because you can go to the library and use one of their free computers. When you're done, go into the settings of your browser, down to the history, and then clear it. And then that'll take off anything that you put on it. And find out what real things may be happening in your own world that has to do with your family and friends. Because they may not be telling you the truth. So, you guys have a good night. And Fuzz, who are going to be road raging. Raiding. Moose. I have a moose. I want a moose. Moose are nice for Christmas. Oh yeah, that train. I want to do that one of these days and take lots of pictures of moose. So, okay, who remember? Oh no, Nora. Oh yes, go say hi to Oh Nora, and hopefully when I'm up in Portland, I'll get to see her. So, you guys all have great days. Great nights. I'll see you tomorrow so I can giggle some more about Miss Cabbage being an OT3. Okay, ciao, ballads.